Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to get all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. And double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Rule Web, and great example to his younger brothers in the truth and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this edifying lesson. And this just dropped down on my timeline, the bike futurism. They say the bike. I guess that's the name of it. But it say a massive solar flare just knocked out radio and communications back on Earth. And it say yesterday. And this on Newsbreak app. It say the sun flare gun. The sun is entering the most active part of its 11-year cycle, unleashing powerful solar flares, coronal mass injections, and streams of energetic particles in every direction, including towards our own humble Earth. Just earlier this month, a massive hole opened up in the sun's atmosphere, allowing cop, cop, copious, however you say that, amounts copious amount of solar winds to escape. It say on Thursday, NASA Solar Dynamic Observatory encountered the biggest solar flare recorded since at least 2017, which was powerful enough to knock out radio communications here on Earth for 2 hours in parts of the U.S. and other locations around the world, the Associated Press report. Now, I don't know if this just recently happened or this happening, because that's what I seen when I clicked on it. I ain't know if it did it yesterday or the day, knocked out radio communications, or was this, and damn, I've been tired lately. It's like it. Or did this just happen? Recently, but it probably happened in 2017. So we just keep going. It say earlier this year, professionals. Let me read. Salaki. I skipped some. I'm right here. Right here. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Space Weather Prediction Center, it's likely one of the largest solar radio events ever recorded. Knockout punch. The scientists have long warned that powerful solar storms could wreak havoc with electrical equipment on Earth. They can cause train signals to go haywire, mess up entire power grids, and even kill satellites in Earth's orbit. Now, that's pretty much something like what happened on that movie Leave This World Behind, but they were saying it was hacks and stuff like that. But it's not they warning about different hacks, or not they warning about solar flares, or not they warning about EMP attacks and all this different stuff. So they can go any way Esau got so many different avenues he can blame some shit on. Like, this nigga can go with any way he want with it, man. One day everything will be all normal, and then the next day all hell breaking loose, man. That's why we say any day now, like any moment, anything can happen, and the earth will never be the same again. Which is already, since 2020, the earth already will never be like it was in America's glory days and such. But it's gonna get worse than what it is now, man. It's gonna get worse than what it was in 2020 when they locked everything. Now it's gonna get worse than that, to where it's not ain't gonna shake back, and a lot of people gonna leave this earth, man. Gonna get unalive, so to speak. It say and even kill satellites in Earth orbit. And that ain't that you hey, if this ever happened, man, which the scriptures say, the Lord gonna smite Egypt in second Exodus, I grab it. Bring a couple precepts at I'm gonna quote it. This second Exodus chapter 6. That wisdom of Solomon. And not 6, it's second Exodus chapter 15, so like it. Not 6. This second Exodus chapter 15, and I'm gonna go straight to the verse where it said, verse I get verse 5, but that ain't the verse. It say, behold, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And if a solar flare knock out all the telecommunication, knock down power grids, and all those different things, guess what the Lord bringing upon the earth? If that actually be what the case is, and not an EMP or something. Even no matter what the Lord bringing upon the earth, no matter how it come about, that's the Lord sending it. I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. If this happen and knock out the power, guess what's gonna come upon the world? Famine, death, and the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Because people gonna be robbing, stealing, killing each other. People gonna be looting. Famine's gonna happen because they ain't gonna be able to turn you ain't gonna be able to the power not gonna be working. The truck's gonna stop running, the internet gonna go down, and everything is operated off the grid, off this grid system, so to speak. And that's the verse I wanted. I started at 10. It say, behold, my people are led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues and the punishments of Yahweh shall with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. And that's the point. The Lord say he shall verse 11, where the Lord say he gonna smite Egypt with plagues as before. And we know what happened to Egypt. One of the plagues, the Lord brought darkness for 3 days upon Egypt. He brought plagues upon Egypt. And darkness was one of those plagues. But that was a different kind of darkness. It was dark 3 days straight, And you couldn't see shit. The power go off. You still be able to see the sunlight, start a fire, whatever. But hey, we don't know what the Lord gonna do. The Lord, whatever happened, we know the Lord say what? This time gonna be worse than any time the earth has ever seen. The judgments that the Lord gonna bring gonna be worse than the times of Egypt. It say earlier this year, professor of physics and I'm right here. Professors of physics and astronomy at George Mason University, Peter Becker, went as far as saying that a particular intense solar storm could trigger an internet apocalypse. Yeah, if the internet go down, it's gonna be a wrap. If the internet go down, it's gonna be a wrap for the economy, so to speak. That ain't gonna be good for the economy. It's a potentially plunging the globe into a worldwide recession. Yeah, because it's gonna fuck the economy up. Because the economy runs off what? The the internet, everything run through the internet. All business, all, communications, everything is through the internet, the World Wide Web. It say scientists are predicting that the sun will hit the apex of its 11-year cycle, or solar maximum sometime in 2025, suggesting that we're in our many more suggesting that we are in for many more solar flares like it in the near future. So any time, any moment, solar flares can, basically what they trying to put out into the earth. A solar flare can knock power grids down in certain areas. A solar flare can, interfere with radio communications. It can interfere with satellites, knock satellites down, so kill the satellites, so to speak, you know. So I guess that's it. And how they dropped it down like it knocked power out recently. Like yesterday or the day, power just got knocked out. But I don't see nothing indicating that on these in that article. But I brought it out anyway. So through the Spirit, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson, quick little lesson. For us to, we watching out for these things, man. We looking forward to any day now the power getting cut off, for the internet going down, or anything of that nature. Why? Because the Lord warned us of the times we coming into is gonna be a time like no other. A man shall desire go into a city and should not be able. Those different things are gonna happen if the power go out. All those different scenarios are gonna occur. And people don't have EMP shields. Now the military and these different super rich people, they may have EMP shields on different vehicles or different things of that nature to protect their electrical systems. But as a whole of the people, they ain't got EMP shields on shit. That shit gonna fry everything, man. And we're gonna be plunged back into what it is, like a Stone Age type of living. And we looking forward to those things. Why? Because that's one more step closer to our deliverance. And the Lord say we're gonna, like the scriptures say, it's gonna be a time like no other. But the Lord gonna deliver us out of these times. The Lord gonna be with us. The Lord gonna guide us. The Lord gonna protect us. And we need bad times to happen so we can glorify the Lord through the miracles that He deliver us out of these situations in. And even if we don't get delivered out whatever situation we in, which the Lord gonna deliver us out of the situation He finna bring upon these people. But say one of us get caught up in a concentration camp or something, and our lot is to be beheaded, or however the Lord see fit for us to be a martyr in His truth. Whether we get delivered or not, we still gonna be, the Lord gonna be with us, man. Whether we meant to die or be martyrs, or whether the Lord deliver us out of that situation, the Lord with us. We ain't got to worry about, you getting caught up by a whole bunch of looters. The Lord going to lift up a standard against them, I believe, through the Spirit. Like just regular shit that's going to be happening to 2/3 of our people. The Lord going to be lifting up hella standards and delivering us up out of those different situations. The Lord going to deliver us from famine. The Lord going to deliver us from, anarchy and chaos and the things that are gonna are for judgments for the wicked. But some of us are gonna get caught up in concentration camps. Some of us are gonna get caught up in being beheaded, or maybe even tortured, or gas chamber, or whatever. However Esau seen fit to try to torture us, man. some of us gonna get caught up in that, but that don't mean the Lord ain't with us. That's why the Lord say, precious in the eyes of the Lord are the death of his saints. You know, but I brought this article out because how they dropped it down like a solar flare hit and knocked out radio communications recently. But I'm guessing it didn't happen recently. It's just basically something to catch people's attention, make them read it. But Lord willing, this will edify. I want to end giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone rule. We have been a great example to his younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Kwam Yashala, and the Baba. Shalom.